I'm into working from home, and it all stems back to all the things that have happened to me in the past, and the fact that my employment as a result was uh, repetitively unemployed. Long periods of unemployment, looking for the next gig. And Coming back from Jordan this last time, I'm just waiting on the next gig, and it's been waiting now 9 months. So the uncertainty of employment is a great reason for having an alternative source of income and being able to work from home. Additionally, I really got involved with USANA because of the tax benefits of having a home-based business. And we talked about tax last week, and I want to just highlight on that again, is that uh, when it comes to needing products to overcome all of the issues that have faced me, uh, it was important to be able to take the products that USANA offered, and my desire was to take those products, but also find a way to take them for free. And it was very easy for me to, especially in my tax bracket, was that by having a home-based business, my tax write-offs for that home-based business paid for all of my products that I was taking. And quite frankly, I take a lot of products, and I use all the products within the offering day, various different transitions. And these include taking your breaks and your ability to go from home to office. Many people have time that they need to have in order to get to their office, to make that transition in their mind as well as in their physical place. So you need to have a transition built in. Some people have a particular routine when they were going to work, and now they don't, and so they need to create that same level of transition. May not have the half hour to 45-minute commute that you used to have, but you do now still need to have some level of transition in between home and office. And just going back to that as a second, is that the transition was really important the first time I created a home office. In 2007, I created DTP Consulting, and I got consultancies. And I was here in Alaska, but my clients were back in Washington, D.C., 4 hours earlier. So they would come to work at 7 o'clock, which meant that I needed to come to work at 3 o'clock. Okay. That didn't work really well for me. And even though the money was really good, I would go to work at 3 o'clock in the morning, but I'd still work to midnight. So I failed to have that go to work, come home to work, and I failed to have the various different transitions in my day. There were other complications because of distractions, and I didn't separate household tasks from work tasks. I did have a separate workspace, but I did not create the separation of home and office, and I didn't create the separation of creating these various different transitions. As I took another position, as a matter of fact, I took a very good position, but the fact of the matter is the reason why I took it was because I couldn't handle working from home. I didn't ever go to work, and that was a learning experience, is that when you work from home, you need to go from home to work in your mind. and you need to do it in a way that's comfortable for you. You have to set yourself up to do it. You have to create a physical environment to do it, and you have to create a mental environment to do it. So you go from home to work, and then you come home from work. Now, that doesn't keep you from doing and having breaks in your day. So, for instance, if you need to take a break to change the laundry, you need to take a break to change the laundry. But one of the things that is highly recommended is that you set an alarm of some kind to say when the break is over. So you create a discipline for your breaks. So you take a break in the mornings, you take a break at lunch, be sure to take your lunch, and then the break in the afternoon, just like you would if you were going to the office. One of the other problems that I had was that I was being distracted a lot. I couldn't leave home. So there was always something going on that created a disruption in my day that would distract me and go to work. One of the things that a lot of people get distracted on is information on their phone, news broadcasts, and those sorts of things. And the recommendation is the news will always be there, and you can always catch up on it on your off time, not during your work time, unless it's part of your work. So you want to stay free from these distractions. I don't know how to describe it any better than that. I used to, you would get interrupted by various different things that you would not normally at home, that you would not normally get distracted by at the office. Now you're going to get distracted at the office for various different other reasons. Some of it's office politics and others is meetings, but the fact of the matter is that you should try to keep your distractions to a minimum and control them as best as possible. One of the other recommendations of working from home is to stay connected, to communicate with your upline, communicate with your downline, communicate with your boss, communicate with your coworkers, communicate with your subordinates, depending upon what positions that you're in as far as working from home. But you need to continue communicating, and your options for communicating still include the phone, right? The phone. And they also are email, texts, and video chat, and working from video chat. And one of the recommendations of communications is to continue to socialize. And to socialize means that you still have the interaction with your coworkers, you still have interaction with other people in terms of their daily lives. You want to talk about the football game, you want to talk about their lives and so forth. So you still want to get that interaction into your day. And some of the best ways to do that is to schedule your video calls in the morning. You get a little banner going on, especially when the computer goes down, and then you have to figure out what you're going to talk about while the guy who has the computer tries to get it back up and running, just like we just did, right? I mean, you all had an opportunity to interact banner and get back and forth, and I had to struggle to get my computer back online. But it worked, and we're all back here, and we've had the opportunity to socialize. Now, the work from home lifestyle is really well suited to the network marketing environment. Network marketing basically is just that, is networking, right? And building connections, building friendships, staying connected, taking care of your outreach, and keep pulling people together, and then training and encouraging. And this is the lifestyle of the network marketer. The better you're able to do those things, the better able you are to create wealth and health and well-being. So the key here is that it's better to do that from a home environment, especially now, when people are restricted from their movements. or some people are restricted from their movements. The challenges that face us today are the same that have faced us forever, right? How do we make money? How do we manage our time? And how do we maintain our health? Right. And Mila, you had the opportunity to cover much of this. I caught one little glimpse to know where you were, and you were into talking about the world economy. Do you want to unmute for me so that we can banter about this a little bit?
Sure.
Okay. So you hit on this particular, you can't even see my slides, can you? But you hit upon the fact that the world economy is changing. And the world economy is changing towards a online economy, online, right? I mean, who doesn't buy stuff online? Okay.
Nobody.
I know that your mom has told me that a lot of Chinese people still like to go to the store. They don't like to go and buy things online. Is that true?
Well, for food, they don't like to go to they like to go to the store to buy their food because they like to feel the freshness of food. But for other item, more and more people tending buying online today.
Yeah. And a lot of people, that is what we do, is that we go and we buy things online. I know that one year I bought Christmas presents and I bought them all online, and I spent about $10,000, and it was, you know, and I sold a business in California and I bought businesses in Alaska, and I did it all online. I never visited. And as a matter of fact, I bought 7 businesses here in Alaska when I sold that one in California. So, I mean, it is, you can do just about everything, and you can buy and sell houses online. As a matter of fact, I bought this house on an airplane. I signed my DocuSign before we left the terminal, and I may have to do it again. I don't know. Jin will have to figure it out. But the idea is that we pretty much can do just about everything online. It's what we prefer to do is the issue. And one of the things that we prefer to do is to get together and to meet and to talk and to greet and have a chance to have dinners together or and that sort of thing. So the socialization standpoint, just about every meeting I can think of could have been replaced by an online meeting. And over the course of the last year, we've even done a lot of church work online, right, Thecla? Yeah. Okay. So that is true that the world economy is changing, and it's there's a lot of leaders in the industry, you know, and you can even buy cars online. And I heard that, Neil, is interesting, is that you can, like a vending machine, you can go to the vending machine and you can click, I want that car, and it gets delivered to your house.
Yep.
How about that? How about that, Elvin? What do you think? You want to buy a car online? Elvin, you have to unmute.
Unmute him.
I want to kick the tires.
Yeah. I think, Elvin, you probably would have a hard time buying a car online, right?
Yes.
And why is that? What would be the problem with buying a car online?
Yeah, I'd like to get in it, sit in it, smell it.
Yeah, you cannot smell a new car online, right?
No.
That's, and the industry knows that, and I don't know how they're going to do scratch and sniff, but they used to have new car smell deodorant, so you could take a used car and spray it with the new car smell, right? and your car would sell faster if you had the new car smell on it. So that Oh man, what could we do with that? All right, so we have some industry leaders, and they're doing very well online, right? Traditional brick and mortars are failing. As a matter of fact, there is a whole industry out there in buying the brick and mortar. And you know what they do with it? They take the name and they sell all the real estate, right? They take the name and convert it to an online business, selling the products that they have in their warehouse, right? Utilizing the purchasing power that the company had or still had. And they're getting them, quite frankly, at bargain basement prices, and they're able to turn these like turning a house, right? You buy a deteriorated house, you fix it up a little bit, and you're able to sell it for a lot. And there's a whole industry in that, and the same kind of industry is taking shape in buying out brick and mortar companies. Now we've seen a lot of that around here, and even in the food industry, you've seen a lot of the ability to get online, order your products, and have them delivered to your place, wherever that is, your residence or wherever you happen to be. You can have food delivered to you. Now, I would find it difficult to be up here on the mountain and have food delivered to me, but there are some really aggressive pizza companies out there with their 4-wheel drive and studded snow tires that can get up to me. But the fact of the matter is, I don't want to eat pizza every day, morning, noon, and night. But I could if I wanted to. There we go. All right. So, I mean, a lot of brands are the same way. You can go to their brand shops and you can have just about anything delivered. There's all kinds of industries that have been created just online, fashion industries and so forth. Who hasn't gone to Amazon and bought something, right? Who hasn't gone to Cute or to what are some of the other companies?
QVC.
Pardon me, Thecla?
QVC.
QVC, right? That was a industry leader in the television, purchasing, buying by watching it on TV and then calling in.
Yep. Well, now you can watch it all on computer. You don't have to call. You don't have to talk to anybody. It's yours.
Yeah. However, we know that USANA has some of the best customer service around. So we know that we can pick up the phone and we can get whatever it is that we want on customer service. And Elvin, the customer service number is 888-950-9595. You should have this memorized, right, Elvin? Right?
I don't know.
You get that customer service number mounted right up there, you can do everything in the USANA with a 888-950-9595. It's easy to remember. It's easier to remember than Thecla's telephone number.
Yeah, mine's really easy too.
Yeah, it is. It's very easy. Okay, so this is a great way for doing business. It's also a great way for making money. All right. So the other part about working from home is the fact that you're able to better manage your time, right? There's that work-life cycle, right? My problem is that when I have more work life, I take it. So if I go to work at 7 o'clock, I still work till 12 o'clock, not noon, kind of thing. So I have to better manage my time, and better managing your time is what is one of the greatest benefits of working from home. And we need to establish a discipline associated with how we spend our time and being able to have a set schedule that enables that enables you to use your time more wisely between your free time, your work time, your sleep time, your family time, eatings and working out, and your socializing. Okay. Now, one of the other components of working from home is being able to partner and to be able to work better with individuals. And one of the things associated with the USANA business is that you are in business together with your upline, your downline, and your crossline. Okay. We all are similar personalities, similar attitudes, trying to seek a better way and having an entrepreneurial spirit to us. We're able to do that by partnering together. We're able to take better advantage of the cooperative nature of each other's efforts, right? So clearly the global health team is a great example of that. And within the global health team, the Health Eagle team is a subset of cooperative individuals who get together to pursue joint and mutual economic benefit, as well as become accountable for each other and look out after each other and then have close family friendships. And so that is a very important component of it. Between the efforts of one person, would you rather have the 100% of the benefit of one person or 1% of the benefit of 100 people? Okay. And that question has been resolved many times, is that it's a lot easier on the individuals, and it can be just as profitable or more profitable, depending upon when you and where you wear out as an individual, is that getting the benefit of partnering with other people makes for a better life and a better economic outcome. So why USANA? Why be in this industry? And the question is associated with the propensity for health and wellness. Is that everywhere you go, we're being asked about our health and are we well, right? And how do we feel about that? And I know personally that in 2016, I was a wreck. And if you listen to my sister, she will tell you that I was a little bit like death warmed over. We had a little bit of feedback going on there. And I was very, very sick, right? And I sought out to be healthier. Okay, take control, sort out, go get it, figure it out, make it happen. Okay. And fortunately for me, I was able to be helped, and I was introduced to the USANA products. And I started taking the USANA products and I got better. And this is why I'm in this business, is because I got so much better. I got to telling more people about it, and that then indicated that I was ready to be in the business. And when I realized the financial benefits of working from home, I was all in to that. And I was able to do both my outside work and my home business simultaneously. And that gave me two streams of income, two streams of interest. And quite frankly, working USANA is a lot more interesting to me than doing my other work that I was doing for years and years and years. So I want to emphasize that is that this is a great industry. Health and wellness is a great industry. I've worked in it even outside of USANA, and you get a chance to impact people's lives, and you get to change the outcomes of individuals. Okay, we're going to go. The, the, the next thing about this, and my notes are not coming up. They're frozen into PowerPoint again, Mila. But the, let's see if I do, what do I do here? I either wait. I better not close that. Yep.
What happened in your presentation?
My presentation froze up again, Mila. So we're basically into the why USANA, and we're talking about the products. And the products are the best products that you can actually get in the market. And third-party assessments of the USANA products have proven it over and over again, the number of awards that they've won, the number of evaluations they've won. I think you can see this book right over here on my shoulder. This is why I started taking USANA products. And the reason for that is because it's the #1 rated product of 1,600 products that were evaluated by the Nurture Search Company. And I says, why not take the very best? And I was taking a bunch of stuff. I was hoping I was getting better, but I wasn't feeling any better. But then when I started with the USANA products, I started feeling better. I started noticing change, right? And everybody in this room right now who has taken USANA products has noticed a change in their lives. They've noticed change in their health. They've noticed that they feel better, act better, have better appearance, right? They have a better mental attitude. They have more energy. They've lost weight. I know for me, I lost 60 pounds. And you know what? 5 years, they're off. They've stayed off. How many people can say that? Not very many. Yeah, I saw that, Thekla. Thank you very much. It was good. But the fact of the matter is that the USANA products, each one of them is designed by USANA scientists. They are on the cutting edge of science and technology in the nutritional field, and they do it all the time. They have an entire laboratory full of their own R&D. I know I've helped them with a few of their products, and I've enjoyed working with each and every one of the scientists that's been down there because they've been dedicated to health and dedicated to making people feel better and be better, right? To get them the nutrition that they actually need to have a better life. And they know how to combine the products in the nutritional aspects, you know, the micronutrients, the macronutrients, the antioxidants, the minerals, all of that comes together, and they know how to mix them at the right potencies so that they do what they're supposed to do and don't do what they're not supposed to do. You know, simplistically saying that you can't get the benefit of C if you don't have zinc is really simple, right? But there are very complex relationships that go into each and every one of these products. When I take a health pack, my entire body feels better and my vitality goes way up. If I don't take the health pack, my vitality goes way down and my energy level comes way down. And I've had those situations in my life where I was not able to get my products. I've been in parts of the world where I could not get the products. And quite frankly, it had a detrimental impact on my health. And I really hated it because I knew what great health was as I was here and I went up to here. And then I started coming down here as soon as I stopped taking my products. Okay. So it's a whole benefit associated with the science in the products and how they relate, and then they're the optimizers for trying to make sure that you're getting the right product for your particular health concern. And I am going to close out my PowerPoint and hopefully reopen it without shutting everything else down, and keep on talking. So the next, restart the program. The next component is that USANA as a company is run by scientists. It's one of the best things about the company is that they're not run by marketers. Now, quite frankly, as a distributor, it would be a whole lot easier trying to talk about a product if it wasn't called procalcitonin or proflavina, but the names themselves are what they are, and those are the scientific names that were given to those particular products. How about Hepacil? Right? The names of the products are really interesting to me because they reflect the interest of the scientists in the actual products themselves. And maybe right at this moment, Mila, you can help me with where I should be in my briefing. I'm talking off cuff, I know this stuff, but sometimes I just need a little help and direction as to which way I'm going. My PowerPoint's coming back up, so I might get back into this in just a second. But the fact of the matter is that USANA is a great company for the fact that it is got great products. It's got great people. It provides an incredible service to the world. And it has been around for a long time. It's not a fly-by-night company. This company was formed in 1992. It's almost 30 years ago. Almost 30 years ago. And hopefully we will have a convention on the 30-year anniversary, and we will see it outshine the 25-year anniversary convention. Okay, this is, I might just get back to the, to my briefing slides. I've got to enable content. On slide. No, it's going to hang up again. Oh, it did. Didn't it? Just did something different. All right. I'm going all the way down to the bottom of my presentation here so I can get back on track. All right, so we're into talking about the various different products, and not to get into every single product that is offered by USANA. The neat thing about it is that they have a great series of products. They've got the nutritional products. They've got the food and energy products. They have products for your external body, and they go from your face to your whole body. In that regard, you've got the Celavive, which is broken out between moisturizers and cellular renewal products, and they all work together in synergy. And then you have the body washes, which is Sensei products. You've got toothpaste and probiotic, oral probiotic for you in that line. In the nutritional line, you can develop your own packaging and create that. And in the food and energy, you've got protein shakes, soy and whey. You've got Nutrimeal in chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, and neutral. You have Rev 3, which is an energy drink. You have the stick probiotic, right? All of these are great great products. Now the other thing that, yes, this is, and you have in the nutritional side, but in the immunity building, you've got the C booster, which is for your immune system to grow from. USANA also has the fact that it's an international company. It has not only has it been around for a long time, but it has expanded and continues to expand. And we're into 24 different countries now. And I will tell you that my travel arrangements as I look to travel around the world are going to be dictated by where I can get my USANA product. So for all of you countries out there that have obstructions to USANA coming into your country, you're going to pay the price because I ain't coming there. I've been to a country that doesn't have USANA available to it, and I know the pain associated with that, and I'm not going to go through that again. However, USANA products are easy to travel with, so if you're going to go on a vacation rather than to go someplace for long-term for work, then yes, indeed, you can go anywhere in the world. You just pack up your health pack and your My Health Pack with the number of days that you're going to be gone, and it's real easy. Go through there. So we have 24 different countries to go through. Anybody need to know which ones they are? We can worry about that another time. So the next one is that I mentioned that one of the things about USANA is the fact that we have a lot of third-party validation of the excellence that's in the USANA lifestyle, USANA product. And they go from awards and recognitions to both the products and the services and the leadership and the finances and the technology people and the customer service people, the individual. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And in addition to that, you have the athletes endorsements. So this is a great way to communicate is that when you're talking to people whose life is their body, right? Their life is their body. And a little bit of improvement on their part is the difference between gold and silver or not showing up. So they need that performance, and I can't say performance, I can say performance enhancing, but it's at a different venue, is that you want to get the right nutrition so your body functions to its optimum level, okay? Then also you need to be able to recover very fast. If you're an athlete, you know that as you work out and you exercise, you practice and you practice and you practice, you're draining down your body and body. Then you need to rest and regrow and get back. And as you have practiced and you've exercised and you've grown your strength, is that you get to a higher level and you keep getting a little higher. You come down, you get a little higher. Get down, you come a little higher. So you improve, but it's in steps because you're wearing and tearing, right, on the body. And as we learned in growing bone is that in order to grow bone, you need to be able to chew. It's the exercise of chewing that actually creates the stimulus for the bone growth in your plates. Okay, if you do not chew, right, the bone will start to dissolve and go away. That's why a lot of people who have dentures rather than implants, right, have bone loss in both the upper and lower plates, depending upon which teeth are missing, which creates a change in the mouth. So watch the video on bone growth. Now, the question is that you need also to exercise in order to grow bone. It's the stress and strain in the body. The kids and adults the same way. You need to be able to have that stress and strain. You also need to have that for your muscle growth, right? You need to stress and strain. Each time you tear it a little bit down and you build it back up, osteofats and osteoclasts. Remember that? So, the fact of the, you need to be able to do this. So you need to be able to build back up. And in order to build back up, you have to have the nutrition to do so. And you need to have great nutrition because you want the highest quality, right? You want the highest potency in order to do it in the right way, in the most optimum way possible. So making sure that you have high potency and high quality is incredibly important. And what is that about USANA? It's got high potency and high quality. And that's why we are endorsed by so many athletic organizations and individual athletes from all over the world. Okay. Catching back up. Missing one. Okay. We're also recognized in the medical community. I mean, we can easily just point to Dr. Oz and say, there's the guy, go talk to him. All right. I mean, he doesn't allow his name to be associated with anything other than the highest quality and the best products out there. And that's, USANA is a special sponsor of the Dr. Oz show. And Dr. Oz has a particular relationship with the USANA Corporation. But in addition to that, we look at the fact that the FDA has inspected and continues to inspect on a regular basis the laboratories there in USANA and approves them. And they're inspected by the various different health organizations associated with Olympic committees from all over the world. You have the feedback from individual physicians. Dr. Ray Strand, whose spouse was suffering from fibromyalgia, and it was her USANA nutritionals that helped her. Now, keep in mind that we cannot say that USANA products cure or prevent any particular disease. We can say what they did for us, and we can relate other people's stories. Well, if you read the book by Dr. Strand, What Your Doctor Doesn't Know About Nutrition Can Be Killing You, you will find that story in there. He doesn't name the company, but he was with you, and his wife became an associate, and he became associated with the company for a great many years. And follow that, you've got USANA in the physician's desk reference. All of the products are recommended in there as something that can be prescribed by doctors. And then we have other doctors who are on there. And David, are you still with us? Yeah, David Monteith, can you unmute? Ask to unmute. Join us. Anyway, David and I were having a conversation last night, and the conversation went something along the line of he was following a protocol for his psoriasis that was based upon a physician who is associated with USANA, and he had recommended various different products that Dave is in. David, hey guy.
Hi, Dave.
We were just talking about our conversation last night. Would you like to talk a little bit more about the protocol and who was?
Well, just the resource I use is the Dr. Ladd McNamara's VIP site, and he just has recommendations. He doesn't give medical advice. He just has these protocols for different or various health concerns. And the one that I've started using was the one for my psoriasis. And ever since I've been on USANA, although it's not a cure, it's really helped improve the condition of my skin. I don't have the scaly knees that I used to when I'd wear shorts and there were little kids around. They'd ask, "What's that on your knees?" And just something I had gotten used to over the years of living with. So now my knees are clear. My elbows are still being a little bit stubborn. But the longer I'm on USANA, the better my skin is, and it's just one of those things to be persistent and stick with it. And I've had this skin condition for over 40 years, so I guess something that's stuck around that long is going to be a little bit stubborn going away.
Right. Well, thanks, David. I appreciate that very much. And, we had that conversation just last night, and we wanted to highlight on the fact that we do have doctors in the program. As a matter of fact, I was talking to Dr. Lee on the telephone was it yesterday? Michelle, it was yesterday. We were talking to Dr. Lee. So, and then even within our own family here, we have a couple of doctors within our own family. So I wanted to highlight that. And then if you watched me just a few minutes ago, put lip balm on my lip, that's the USANA product. And this is really just a sample tube that we can buy and give away kind of thing. But I hate to let this thing go because it works so well, and it is amazing for keeping your lips moist and comfortable. All right, thanks. And then the next, we'll keep on with our lifestyle here, is that it's a great way to earn money too. There are 8 different ways, 8 different compensation mechanisms for USANA to compensate you for being in business. And the amount of money you're able to make depends upon lots of factors. One is effort, right? Being a home business is not easy, whatever home business it is. It's not, you just don't get a paycheck, delivered to your door, all right, for doing nothing. You have to earn it. And in a home-based business where you're the entrepreneur, you're directly responsible for the amount of money that you make. It's the amount of effort that you give. It's the amount of teaming that you do. It's the amount of knowledge that you grow and put to use that makes the difference in your income and income level. It's also a numbers game, is that with any sales operation, you have to make introductions. And the number of sales you make is based upon the number of introductions you make to the product. How many people walk past the door and how many people walk in, right? What was it? One of the things always, if you were shopping around for a place to have a brick and mortar business, would be foot traffic, right? Where are the feet, right? Now, that same philosophy plays in home-based businessing. How many feet can you get in the door? That is, what is your presence in social media? What's your presence in your websites? How well do you present? How many people can you introduce and get to your locations where you can actually make sales? All right. So just those sorts of things. And there are standards associated with this and averages and so forth, but it really is individual effort. Now, individual effort is moderated by community effort. community effort. Try to get my hands in here. I'm trying to put my arms around Thekla and Mila. I got one on one side, one on the other here on the screen, and I'm trying to put my arms around you and say, the community, and then down Elvin and David and Jishung and Michelle. We're just all one community, and Jin, we're one community working together to help each other, to mutually benefit each other's finances. And we do that by spreading information. We do that by actually embedding ourselves in their business to give them the right push, and then helping with introductions of our own, even to the point of putting people up underneath each other so that we can all benefit from the same efforts. Now, the component of the next slide is something that I've talked about last week, and that's getting your product for free. Right? What do you get your personal product for free? How do you do that? Well, for me, that was clearly all done in my tax benefits associated with the home-based business. Each one of you have your own way of getting your products for free. And some of you are still paying for your products because you still have to grow your business, right? So the fact of the matter is that you can get your products, your personal consumption products for free, and you can also make a fairly decent profit being in this business. But like I says, it's hard work. Nobody says that network marketing is easy. As a matter of fact, a lot of people find network marketing to be more difficult than doing other jobs, right? But in other jobs, what are you trading off? What are your trade-offs? And what is more valuable to you in that trade-off? You have to decide. Now, USANA, like a lot of companies, is a great side hustle, right? You do it as a second business. Usually, the story goes like this: you learn the products by being a PC or a preferred customer, right? You build your own story. At the point where your story becomes so compelling that you can't hold it in yourself, that's the point in which we become external and where we become associates, right? Now, at the same time, we have to maintain a standard of living and be able to feed each other and take care of our families and pay for the things that we need to have. So we keep working, right? So you do, work and USANA simultaneously. And then the next thing is that you keep building your business and building your business until such point where it's no longer fun working, it's more fun doing the USANA business, and that the income that you're making replaces the income of your other work. And for all of us, that is a break-even point that we all look forward to. Some of us have a lot farther to go to replace our current income with our USANA income, and some of us have a little bit easier time with that. But at the same time, it is that break-even point that we're all shooting for. Okay, is when your USANA income replaces your current income, and it makes it easier to make the transition to full-time. Now, speeding up the process of going full-time, is the way to speed up the process of saying, okay, well, I was here, now I'm going to go to zero, and now I can easily get past that zero and get back. There are a number of people out there that are advocates of going to zero. Grant Cardone is one of them, Thekla, help me out.
Dean
Card-
Graziosi.
Yeah, Dean Grazioso is another one going to zero. I mean, there's a number of people is that you take yourself and you say, okay, get rid of everything that's in the way of working the business, and then work the business really hard. Because in short time of working a network marketing can have a long-term effect, because you have the residual income capability of, the capability of earning residual income, which is that you sell once and reap many times. And that's where we go, is that hard work equals growth, right? Hard work equals growth. Who doesn't want to do a little bit of hard work in order to get to a massive amount of growth? And that's the point where we're at. All right. So we talk about that. Now we want to talk about the strength of the company. And again, Mila pointed out that the price of stock for USANA, which is publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange, reached $100 a share. And last year, about this same time, it was at $58 a share. Right. And last year, of course, that was the slump associated with COVID-19. And now we've pretty much reached the high point, or pretty close to reaching the high point of USANA shares. I think the highest point was reached when Cell Essentials was introduced. It was like September after Cell Essentials was introduced as a technology, and it won't take long before we're higher than that. We need to look at that. USANA has no debt, so they are not cash strapped, and flowing from that regard. Its strategic pillars are associated with customer service and being able to improve people's lives, both wealth and health, new products, and giving the opportunity to individual entrepreneurs like ourselves to work the business, and then keep expanding. And in the R&D world, the focus is on personalized nutrition, to push the envelope, because each one of us is an individual. There's like a 800 trillion chance that any one of us is just like somebody else. And even in the same family, we're very, very much different in many ways. So the component is that what are the chances then that each one of us needs the same nutrition? That's not very high. So we each need a basic level of nutrition, right? And the FDA prescribes the minimum daily requirements. Well, the minimum daily requirements keep you from getting scurvy, but they don't certainly achieve optimum nutrition, which is the prevention of illnesses or the prevention of chronic illnesses. So in order to do that, then we need a level up, right? To try to get rid of or reduce our opportunity to earn a cancer, we need to make sure we have a high level of antioxidants to fight off the oxidation that is taking place in our bodies. And in addition to that, then you each have various different things that are of concern, health concerns to you. And so you optimize bringing in the specialized nutrition associated with trying to improve your health in that particular area. I know that my eyesight was of major concern to me, so taking the Vision X was a no-brainer. My family is known for heart attacks and strokes, so I want to make sure that my heart and my bloodstream is taken care of. So I make sure we have the Mega Cal D. We've got the Biomega and the Copa Prime. Cocuine is the name that we give it in our business, but the CoQ10. And we need the vitamin D. And you go down that path. And then also I make all of my money up here, not here, right? I make it up here. So I want to protect this brain here, and I want to benefits of Copa Prime and VisionX working together synergistically to protect my my firing neurons and my memory. So that is the product base for that, and we're seeing more and more going into the human biome, the good bacteria and the bad bacteria, and trying to protect and enhance the good bacteria while eliminating the bad bacteria. And so there's products being developed in the human biome region. So it's all in the personal health and how do our individual bodies react to nutrition in order to create that personalized nutritional outcome. And hit place on that again is the fact that USANA places a lot of effort and its energies into product innovation. With the scientists following all of the developments. So you have to have, spend a lot of time following everything that's going on and then picking out from that the best pieces to begin coalescing into product information while you're at the same time doing your own basic research and collaborating with other basic research organizations in order then to productize the results. And that's how intelligence came about, and the patented intelligence complex that we see in so many of our products. USANA has market-specific strategies associated with its Asia market and its North American Europe market. It's America's market and its Europe market. And in the Asian Pacific market, there's a lot of focus on the baby care. And that is a product, a wholly owned subsidiary of USANA company that's operated within China for the Chinese market, right? And then we also have, if you didn't know, there was another manufacturing and distribution location in Singapore. And so coming out of Singapore in order to feed the Asian market. A lot of strength in the Philippine market, and a lot of great distributors coming out of the Philippine and Australian market. Then in the Americas, it's the North and South America, US, Canada, Mexico, Bolivia, and Colombia. So going there, and then the continuing expansion of the European market. On a personal basis, I was trying to get them to speed up the entry into the Arab world, and we'll see how that goes. The last conversation I had with folks is that the concentration is on India and on the UAE. That's the Union of Arab Emirates. Yeah, Arab Emirates. Yeah. So going down that line, and then we have an emphasis within the company on continuing to build relationships with athletes as well as with personalities, and continuing that effort with still keeping the sponsorships alive. USANA doesn't do advertising, but it does do sponsorships. Yeah, the last expansion of USANA was Germany, Spain, Italy, and Romania. And that was in 2018. I'm expecting this summer they're going to announce some new countries. The brand awareness is the last thing, touch on base, is to continue getting the name out, getting the number of associates increased, but at the same time with the recognition that a large majority of the world's population, especially those within the United States, are buyers and not sellers. And that the emphasis on the PC community, that is the preferred customer community, has increased the number and ways in which PCs can be enrolled and how they can be helped and encouraged to become continuing customers and clients of USANA Corporation and its products is a focus effort on the part of USANA. Now, I had a whole set of briefing slides to do all of this, and I'm glad I had the opportunity to share this information with you. And hopefully I will be able to resurrect my briefing slides in a way that will be able to be used by you and also shared within your individual downlines, and encourage also new customers and new people to attend. So within this, and I want to remind everybody that you are the best advertisement for USANA products. You are the billboard. You need to be a product of the products in order to do that. And as a product of the products then become a part of your advertising costs. And thus, if you're filing your taxes and you have your 1040 there, make sure that you have your USANA expenses broken out so that you can take advantage of the tax benefits of being in business, right? With the intent to make profit, right? You have to be in business, acting as a business, right? In order to take these tax benefits. Next thing is to make sure that you're trying out the different products that are coming on the line and making sure you have a story to tell, because it is your story that is the greatest source of encouragement to other people. When you saw my story slide when we first started this presentation, and you saw the number of comorbidities and conditions that I had when I first started USANA, I can tell you today, 5 years after beginning the program, I have none of them. 5 years. All right. I can't tell you how happy that makes me. It brings tears to my eyes. It brings tears to my eyes when I see somebody else who has the same benefit. And all it takes is to be able to share your story. So remember your story, share your story, and you'll get a lot more interest in people, and you'll become a lot better connected to them. And now a paid advertisement for the next week is that next week's on diabetes. Right, Elvin? You and I are going to be sitting next to each other, and on Friday evening, we're going to be doing a diabetic presentation. You got to unmute.
Type 2, type 1, or both?
Everybody come out. Everybody unmute. There you go, Elvin. Give us back on unmute there with you. Yeah, Elvin, we're going to be doing this show from your house next week.
Okay.
Yeah, side by side.
That's me. Live from Alvin's.
That's right, live from Elvin's house.
Sounds good.
Okay. So does anybody have anything that they want to add tonight to tonight's presentation? Any questions or comments?
No, I think you did a great job, Teddy. I really love the way of your presentation for works from home. It's learn something quite a bit, and also it's very different than what other people presented. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Mila. And I do apologize for my computer freezing up on me and we having a very late start on this. And hopefully we will be better prepared and even though we'll be in a alternate location.
For sure.
And,
Mhm.
okay. So in addition to that, how's everybody doing? Is everybody doing okay? Mila, where are you tonight?
Oh, I'm back home now.
Okay, so you're back up near Tampa.
Yep.
Okay. And Thekla, we recognize your backdrop,
Mhm.
your
I'm at
back-
home.
right?
Yep,
Okay.
I'm at home.
So as we come through this year, we're going to be expanding as and taking advantage of this. But I'm going to ask you each to consider expanding into your social media more, become more active. There are tools available, and there's ways to do that. There is also a challenge out, and the challenge is coming from on the Chinese side of the fence for putting together a list, a names list. All they're asking for is a names list, and David Cho has put out a spreadsheet on that. And what I did to that spreadsheet was I converted it into English with, it's both Chinese and English. And I added a few columns of information that I thought was pertinent to building out a list that would be then used by you as a contacts list. Okay. But basically, David's whole thing is that there are prizes to be won from the company if all you do is fill out the list. Now, who can't fill out a list? Nobody's asking you to even contact anybody, just to fill out the list. So how is that? Michelle, tell us a little bit about David's challenge.
Which David?
Well, you know which David. Your Chinese David teaches every Thursday night. It's the only other David other than David and David and David.
Dave.